holding back.
And we're in. Hello. Welcome to
Hello,
the first episode here of Glitterhearts. Easy Bake Coven.
Those frames turned out so well.
Right? I'm very excited.
They look great.
This is what happens when Blood and I work on a stream together. It's our brains meld in a nice way, and it creates good visuals. So I'm very excited about this. But anyway, so we are about to play. There we go. We are about to play Glitterhearts here. This is our first episode of this, which should be 4-episode series. And unlike most of our Roll for Respawn content, this is going to be closer to the tone of a kids show. So that is going to be a strict departure for some of us. Just so you know, give us. We didn't say that it is for kids, but that the tone is closer to that of a kid's show. So
it's a Sunday morning or Saturday morning.
Yeah, it's closer to a Saturday morning cartoon. So I'm very, very excited to let's talk through each of my players, which if you've been watching Roll for Respawn here, you know who they are. I'm going to start out. Hi, I'm Tony. I will be your story guide for this game. And then we're going to...
Hi, Tony.
Hi.
Not a AAA meeting. AAA, good lord.
All Alcoholics Anonymous.
I'm so sorry, Tony.
Magical girls for this game. Bright, I think you're muted and you're next. So,
I did in fact mute myself because I was like, I'm going to say something stupid and interrupt the whole thing.
That's exactly what I did. Sorry.
Why don't you say hi real quick? We can give a quick. We'll do more intro of the characters here in a minute. But just let's go through. Everybody say hi, say where folks can find you, that sort of stuff. Real quick. So Bright, who are you? What are your pronouns, and where can folks find you?
Yeah, I am Bright. My pronouns are she, they, and you can find me here on Roll for Respawn. You can also find me on my personal channel, which is Bright Sword Sis. And you can also occasionally find me on Anipod over there. So, but yeah, variety streamer, nerd, fairy, witchy lady.
Very witchy. That's going to suit you well for this game. So I'm very excited about it. Let's head on over to another lady that we love, Raven. Who are you? Where can folks find you?
I am Sanguine Rev. I also go by Raven. You can find me on Twitch under Sanguine Rev. You can find me on TikTok under Sanguine Rev. I don't do either of those things regularly. And if you find that name anywhere else on the internet, it's me, but don't acknowledge it.
And pronouns?
She, her.
There you go. All right, we're coming down to the bottom there. Darkness. Who the heck are you? What are your pronouns, and where can folks find you if they can find you?
I'm Darkness. I'm probably the most boring out of everyone. I don't do anything other than this shows here. So you really only find me here. She, her. And I'm excited.
Yeah.
And that's it.
You should show them the painting you were working on today.
It's downstairs now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I called it finished and moved it.
It's okay.
And then
it was an amazing painting, though. I do want to say that. Let's bump on over to Brett. Brett, who are you? Where can folks find you, and what are your pronouns?
Hello, my name is Just Brett. I'm on Twitch. I'm on YouTube. I'm a little bit of everywhere by the name Just Brett. 3 T's for 3 different reasons I won't tell right now. pronouns are he, him, and if you're here from my streams, welcome. I stream every day on Twitch.
There you go.
Because we actually broke our 130 follower goal.
Dang.
I saw that.
Congrats.
Yes.
It's amazing. And
No, I'm saying for Roll for Respawn we did.
Yeah, we did.
Heck yeah.
Oh, in that case, go away.
Us.
Yeah.
I need to update that.
Yes, we do. But that's okay. So, and last but not least, Blood. Who are your pronouns and where can folks find you if they can find you?
Hello, hello. I am Blood Aurora. You can find me here on Twitch on my own channel, as well as typically running tech for just about everything on Roll for Respawn. Tony is feeling my pain.
Ain't no pain on me.
How'd that setup go? But no, anyway.
It looks awesome.
Oh no, it looks phenomenal. I love how it looks.
Yes. Blood had a huge hand in making this thing, so I want to make sure you get the credit you get, or you deserve. There we go.
I made part of the frames. But no, and my pronouns are they, them. I refuse your gender and hate that it exists. Ta-da!
Amazing. So we are playing, the game system we're playing right now is Glitterhearts, which is a Powered by the Apocalypse game. Here on Roll for Respawn, we played a couple of Powered by the Apocalypse games before, Monster of the Week, Root, all of those are Powered by the Apocalypse. So if you've been keeping up with our adventures, you should be semi-familiar. If you're not, everything is a 2d6 based roll. And then there is an array of those, which is a success, a mixed success, failure, mixed success, success, and a mixed success, or and a complete success, basically. So you get some arrays of results here. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into our delightful story. We open on a bright pastel painted room. There are toys scattered around the floor. There is a 70s color television set with rabbit ears and large dials on top of a chest that is substituting for an entertainment center in this room. And you see a hand reach down and click the on dial. And the first program starts in. Now, you haven't heard of the world of holograts, have you? Don't worry, we'll take you on this adventure. It's a world floating through space, much like our own, but with a few important differences. Holograts is a magical place where brooks babble, mountains stand guard, and snowflakes dance on the wind. Literally, might I add. Not everyone here, and not everything here, is magical, but everyone relies on magic. Now, I can guess what you're thinking, because it was my first thought as well. With that much magic, this paradise must be free from problems. Sadly, no. But that's why the people here created witches. Witches here are not like your fairies of old. They're not sneaking around to gobble up small children. And the hand reaches down and changes the channel. And you see a bunch of action figures. One of which is berobed. No, which is a career, a life, and a mission. These are champions of goodness, and this mantle is accepted. You can't be born into it. Once a witch accepts the mantle, motes of magic infuse into the structure of their very being, allowing them to transform into a being where their will is made manifest, allowing them to serve and guard this world from what would tear it apart. Magic power! And the hand reaches in and changes the channel once more. And you see a sort of news broadcaster come on. Welcome to this evening's news. Tonight's top story is an update on the nature of magic here in Hologrits. Now, we all know that magic's presence in this world is one held in place by the forces that bind us together. And it is through togetherness each year in 19 different locations across the world, apprentice witches gather to cast and create the spell of the Coven, renewing the bindings of magic to this world. And our view sort of zooms into the plate of the television until the surroundings and the television itself fades away. We just see the new footage that is on screen. Around a glass table formed and shaped in the branches of a bonsai tree. So inside of this glass table, there is a bonsai tree that grows out, and it is shaped around in glass. You're not sure whether the glass supports the bonsai or the bonsai supports the glass, but both seem to support each other equally. This table, always warm to the touch, is a meeting place in this very place of power. As the camera pans around, 5 motley apprentices sit in chairs grown from these branches, and quiet rests heavily over the Quintet of Power. The room still feels warm despite the cool breeze coming from the open windows of this cottage by the sea. There is enough time in this semi-awkward quiet that each of the 5 reflects, purposely or not, on how they got here. The first reflection we're going to pay attention to is Trinity Halliwell. We open to quiet. The quiet is so loud in Trinity's ears. It's so different from the quiet of the fungal colony, where moss softens every noise and quiets the world to the point that your own heartbeat is the mantra to your morning. It is repetitive, but a reminder of the difference between you and the toadstool that Trinity sits upon. Despite the slightly domed, wide-brimmed hat upon her head, and despite the wide-brimmed hat upon your head, all around mushroom of every stature, all around her, mushrooms of every stature and hue, cluster in whimsical little families. The bright purple dragons 10 feet to her left give off a spicy smell that mixes with the earthy, musty smell of the snowflake-shaped mushrooms feeding on the decaying log behind her. As she breathes in, one of the many spores drifting down from the large 20 to 40 foot mushrooms that surround her, giving her morning shade and keeping her cool in the damp, warm fungal colony, sneaks its way into one of her nostrils, eliciting a giant sneeze. The silence shattered, and hundreds of tiny creatures skitter as the silence is broken and a momentary panic overcomes them. Trinity takes this as the end to her morning meditations and outdoor experiences. So, Blood, what does the rest of Trinity's morning look like?
She mostly kind of keeps to herself within this area, wandering from side to side, getting all of the care done for any of the little colonies that she is cultivating here. She's a college student going for horticultural studies. So growing lots and lots of mushrooms and different sorts of plants all around is kind of her shtick. Remind me if I'm wrong. Do we have our powers, correct?
Yes. So at this point, Trinity is an apprentice witch. She is not.
Okay.
to her full-blown power, but you can use all of the powers on your sheet at this moment.
Cool. In that case, very much toddling behind me is a little, like, you know the mushrooms from Denjin Meshi?
Yes, the little fat-bottomed mushrooms with two tiny
That bottom
legs.
with, like, the big head and the little head. Yeah.
Red dome with white spots. Does it have the face?
It definitely has the face.
And it's got a little face on it. Absolutely adorable. How tall is this mushroom?
Maybe up to her waist.
Maybe up to her waist.
She's not like a very tall person.
Okay.
Maybe 5'2", 5'3".
Okay, so this is 2.5 foot tall mushroom.
Yeah.
Does the mushroom have a name?
He's still very new, and they're filling each other out at this point, trying to figure out what a good name is. She switched it up like 4 different times.
What is the name for this morning?
For today, and has been for the last maybe 2 days, he's been Zoid.
Okay. Zoid toddles around, and is very much in the same way that a dog has to smell everything. I think Zoid has to go and inspect every new little thing on the ground that they find. They sort of scurry about, but Zoid also is a little bit of a coward.
He's just a little guy. He's so new to life.
And so every once in a while, they'll move something and set in motion like a branch that tumbles down, or a rock that falls off of a stack or something, and they will scramble up your leg.
I'll end up just like carrying him around in my arms for a little bit afterwards, just to like give him a little bit of like a reprieve from being on the ground. And but yeah, just carrying him with me, maintaining the culture, the cultures in this area.
Amazing. Your regular identity is that of a student, correct?
Yes.
It's that of an academic. So at some point, you have to get your books and head to class.
Mm-hmm.
You are a student of the University of the Great Unknown. And which is one of the large institutions in this world. Its mission is to find things unknown, which seems simple, but as we all know, and as anybody who has tried it, it's nothing close to simple. What classes are on the list for today?
I'm thinking she goes with like this on and off schedule. So like some classes one day, other classes another. That way it's not like every day overwhelming her. So I think probably this morning, she would be more into like her basic classics classes. You know, the language, how maths can attribute to magics, stuff like that.
Okay. So when Trinity is at this school in her regular persona, in these classes, I think it's in between classes, you hear a classic bell ring, right? As class lets out and students stream into the hallways. There is like a shark through a bait ball. There is every once in a while people who cut through the stream of students making it from point A to point B. Trinity is not one of these. Trinity is much more relaxed when it comes to these things. And she makes her way out into not just the quad, but starts walking to her second class of the day. And over the corner of her, or out of the corner of her ear, we'll say, she hears what sounds like a party. And you hear the words, "Do it, do it, do it, do it. I'm not gonna do it. Nah, that's like 40 feet. Do it, do it, do it." Does she continue on her way, or?
I have absolutely zero interest in anything that they might be doing.
Okay.
I have my plants. That's all I need.
That's all you need. So, as you start heading off to your next class, you hear out of the corner of your eye, "It's now or never, dude. You gotta do it. Think of how great it'll be." And of course, this is all underscored by the do it, do it, do it. Here. All right. Give me a runway. Actually, you can't hear the breathing. This is way too far away to hear breathing, but you know.
Yeah.
And there is a moment where the crowd goes, "He did it." And then a shout.
I'm curious, what the fuck did he do? I'm looking back over there.
Okay. You see somebody who has drunkenly jumped out of the 4th story of one of these college buildings.
Is he still in fall?
He is absolutely on his way down.
Can I see the ground underneath him?
You can absolutely see the ground underneath him.
Does it look like there's any sort of cushioning?
There's a bush.
The bush is about to get much bigger.
Okay. To do this, especially since this is our first episode, I want to have you initiate a transformation to do this. So,
okay.
How does Trinity become her persona? And who is that persona? What do they look like? Spill the deets.
So Trinity typically is long black hair, kind of curly, green highlights in it because plant bitch. Pretty average looking student. And she will probably go find like somewhere to hide to change at this point. That way they don't see her. But very much it is kind of a she has this worn copper necklace with this like greenish gem that sits at like tight to her throat. And it's very much she kind of pets the gem, and from it forms this like very fast moving moss that engulfs her and then kind of sheds away, and she has this loose fitting kind of cloaky thing that covers up the moss that stayed as like a shirt, except not very covering much, cause booba.
Because booba.
Cause booba. As well as a high slitted skirt that is also kind of encrusted with this very vibrantly colored moss, and just kind of has these intricate kind of designs on the edging of it. And her hair has turned from black to a deep greenish blue with different kind of strands mixing in different shades of green. And then a mushroom hat that is wide.
Amazing. As you sort of, so there is a, I think a small like bus stop, right, enclosure that you're able to duck into. Something not far away. I mean, you have maybe a couple of seconds, right, for this transformation
I
to
was
happen.
literally even just looking for like a pillar.
Right. I actually really like the idea of a pillar. I really like the idea of a pillar. Actually, no, a tree. Let's do a tree. There's just a tree.
I had to buy a tree. Okay.
Yeah. So we're stepping behind a tree. And this transformation happens. What sort of do you have a magical wand, a staff? What sort of do you use your hands just to cast? What do you
just
use
her hand?
To okay.
It's very much just her hands. Her nails kind of, while regularly painted black, kind of extend a little, giving a little bit more of a and get this kind of like luminescent glow to them.
Thank you for the follow. And
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You see this bush sort of more importantly than getting larger, swell out, and the greenery start to, you see the leaves like start to puff up too, because you can make this bush grow any sort of which way. And if you were to grow it on the trunk of the bush, right, you basically put sticks in this guy's way, right?
Yeah, no, it's I'm more aiming for like cushioning, so the leaves are getting bigger.
Yes. The leaves actually start to become big enough that they lay on each other and become this like amorphous, almost air cushion / beanbag sort of looking thing. And you see this guy just into it.
3, 2, 1.
And he sits up and goes, "Ah!" And you see the people on the top floor go, "Ah!"
People are idiots. Drops my magical girl outfit and continues making my way on through.
As you drop your magical girl outfit, there's a voice behind you. They are, my dear. But you seem to be practicing regularly, I see. It is
get enough practice saving drunks.
It is the caned older woman who runs sort of the greenhouses here, Minerva, who is your mentor. She is the one who's been teaching you how to, who first met you and challenged you to become a witch. You accepted this challenge, and she procured for you a mote of magic. It is temporary, and you hope that soon it will become permanent.
Yeah.
Now, my dear, I think it is time for midterms. if you're ready for them.
Bring it on.
Okay. Now, make us proud. And she is going to hand you it is a puffball mushroom. It is in a pot. But you know how puffball mushrooms have that like crackly outer exterior?
Mm-hmm.
This one is in the shape of a map. Here is your location. Be there in a day. You will learn more. And then you and whoever else is there will have 7 days to complete your midterm. If you succeed, we are equals.
I'll definitely succeed.
Remember, every good plant wades in fertilizer. And I think she is going to, like, she has sort of these, like, just absolutely, just like 15 layers of clothing, by the way. She is going to sort of... Yes, very much. She is going to turn faster on her heel than most people would expect, causing about 6 of the top layers to twirl out. Good luck, darling. Now, we are going to jump over to something completely different. Let's start with this. Brett, describe Coraline Bloomhart.
Yes. Coraline is staying at 5'5", 5'6", a bit of a spitfire. She is always got this charming smile on her face. She's got crow's feet from probably smiling a bit too much. She is relatively lean but athletic build. Always wearing her sneakers. Doesn't matter where she is. She doesn't go to church in them. And when she has a task, she does it, but she does it in her own way, just to make sure that it's entertaining for others who are watching.
Amazing. Now, as we sink into the memories of Coraline, we start on a normal day in the hospital that Coraline works. It is already buzzing before Coraline arrives for her early shift, and the night team looks ragged by the time they complete handoff, passing patient information carefully and quickly to make sure that not a single person goes unlooked for. Coraline sees the tiredness in their bones and wishes them a good sleep until she sees them on the other side of the 12-hour shift. Her first visit is that with an elderly man who perks up the moment she walks in and calls her Sunshine and loves to tell her stories about his first love, followed by the worst puns you could ever imagine.
She laughs with every single pun and then returns fire a couple different times as, like, just enjoying the interaction and just enthralled by the story, giving him the best responses she can, probably already on her second cup of coffee before 8 a.m., you know?
Absolutely. And he has a deep laugh that he coughs through. That's why I call you my sunshine. Her second visit just needs a blanket, some fluids, and a balloon animal for good measure.
Oh.
What shape of balloon animal would you get a kid who has been in the hospital for a couple of days but isn't there for a super long stay?
I probably, if it's more than day one, she's already done the giraffe, already done the dog, so she probably would make a pig. Which is a couple. She has 2 different balloons that she uses, one for the torso and then one for the legs. And then she will ask the kid if they're able to help her blow up the head, which is a regular sized balloon, and give it a marker so that they can draw the face on and put it onto this torso that she's made.
Absolutely. They make the nose way too big.
Perfect.
They give it just this giant honking nose and then have to add in tiny beady eyes.
Is it like me? And she'll love it for her nose like this.
You have a bigger nose.
Oh, I do? She'll look in the spoon like, so I do.
And the kid is absolutely overjoyed. And the moment that joy subsides, their parent takes the balloon animal and ties it to a string and actually ties it from the ceiling to add to the now floating menagerie that is filling this room day by day. Here in the hospital, nothing stops because of time, right? The 12-hour shift folds into another, and life is scored by the rhythmic beating of heart monitors, and different machinery that whirs and shakes and beeps. It is a place that vibrates with emotion and life, and her shift moves quickly through the day. Beep, check charts. Beep, take vitals. Beep, administer medications. Beep. It seems like she blinks and most of the day has gone without stopping for lunch or a break, and the coffee that is stashed in her thermos will have to serve as fuel for now. That and some of the banana bread from the workroom, because
Naturally.
Jennifer likes to bring snacks because she loves to bake as her one and only stress relief, and her husband is trying to diet, so she always has to bring in the snacks that he is so reluctant to gorge on, and they are delightful. Determined and reinvigorated by this moment, she moves forward. With each patient, she listens, reassures, and offers quiet support where she can. That's what she's best at. That, and as we can tell, a little bit of humor. A young child giggles through tears at the faces Coraline makes when she presses this little squeaker that she keeps in her pocket at specific moments, right? There's a nose press and squeaky, right? Yeah. There's eyebrows go up and squeaky, right? Anytime the kid does something goofy, there's a reaction and a squeaky, right? And so much so that, especially with younger patients, they forget any of their woes for a minute or two, while they laugh at Coraline. It is the small ways that Coraline says, "You're not alone while I'm here." So, throughout this day, who has an unexpected reaction to one of Coraline's antics? And what do they do?
Because I have probably since I have a reputation to be with better kids, probably some parents or some grandparents that have no idea what's going on in their kids the best. And I go in there being silly, with extra coloring pages and crayons, things like that, which are not regulated. They can tell I have my own personal bag or little pouch of things to give kids, and you're here to change their bedpan, check their IV, and then book it. What are you doing?
Yeah.
As I'm trying to make their kid laugh, as they don't know how much longer they're going to have to spend time with him. Why sit in this pain?
There is, I think, there is a moment with many of the short-term patients, especially at longer-term patients, it happens, but everyone is short-term until they're long-term, if that makes any sense, usually. And with many of the short-term patients, where you have to convince the parent that you are, not doing something negative, to do something positive. And this is one of those cases where they are nervous and anxious and on guard, and I think it is a moment that Coraline takes and comes in and starts goofing about, and the parent is like, they need their bedpan changed, for example, right? And Coraline is in the middle of doing like a magic trick for the kid. I think making like a ping pong ball or something jump around the room, right? Show up in different places. And Coraline makes a quick switch, because she is very quick and very used to doing her job, right? She's very, very good at her job. And she has already swapped the bedpan at this request. But given that she almost can't help it, she picks up the bedpan and starts to juggle it with some of the other like bedpans stashed in right, like a nearby closet. She grabs a couple and starts juggling it, which of course any parent would be like, oh no, that's gonna get everywhere, right? And of course these are clean. And it is there's a freak out moment that breaks the ice before they realize, oh, these bedpans are empty, they're clean, that one was already somehow changed out, and they start just, the type of nervous laughter when you are so anxious that it takes over. Like the moment you laugh, it becomes a cascade, and then you can't stop laughing because the anxiety, the nervousness, all of the emotions feed into this like almost insane level laughter. And they laugh until they have to sit down and there are tears streaming down their face. That's a new one.
You're the 8th person telling me that today. And she will like go behind there and pull out like some tissues for them to wipe their eyes.
Thank you.
Bedpan's been changed. They're good to go. Do you guys need a coffee or anything? I can get someone in here to get you guys something. You guys here for a bit.
A coffee would be amazing.
I'll let them know.
And it is very shortly thereafter, there is a full-time children's ward at this hospital. And Coraline always, it is not actually her area, and it's usually frowned upon, but people know Coraline at this point. They let her do her thing. She sort of sneaks her way into the ward.
No, I don't. You can't prove it.
And
what am I, boss?
there is a little kid in there. It's gotta be 5 or 6, whose parents are out for the moment, whether it's at home getting some things or grabbing some lunch or whatever. They're out of the room for the moment, so it's just you and the kid.
Mhm.
And you're taking care of a few things, you're making a few jokes, and the kid looks up at you with wide eyes and goes, "Are you an angel?"
Oh. I hope so. I hope I can be for you. And I'll ruffle their hair.
If you're an angel, can you fly?
I look out towards the hallway. Is anyone looking in here?
No.
I open the window and I take out a small little book of matches that I keep on me, because different nurses have different ways of dealing with coping with things. She doesn't participate, but she keeps matches on her just in case. But also, as she kind of adjusts her headband, that's this mixture of multicolored braids, cords, she takes a part of the cord and lights a match and kind of puts it to the cords and says, "You want to see a magic trick?" As she falls out the window. As the cord envelops in flame almost immediately, her hair catches flame as the glowing reds and blues that come from fire form a mask, and her clothes become almost gladiatorial or tunic almost. As she's falling, she spins and stretches her arms as 2 large fiery rings come out behind her. She swoops back up into the room and offers her hands to the child. Let's go on one last ride, huh?
And they don't have words, they just grabby hands.
I fly around a little bit. Go to the park so they can see the other birds that are flying around me. Like, we get close to ours so they can run through it. Just let them have one last flight. Less than 10 minutes, just enough for them to kind of feel free.
They enjoy every minute of it. When you arrive back and change back into your regular persona, you have 2 beepers on your belt. One is for the hospital and the other is a little different. Your second beeper goes off with a message that says, "It's time. You are ready to be a part of a coven. I'll email you the details. Good luck."
Okay, with a colon, close parentheses.
And you know that this is from your aunt, by the way. I figured you assumed that, but for anybody who doesn't know. So, let's go ahead and... Raven, are you okay?
Yeah, why?
Just checking. Just... I didn't think I'd get
Hey,
people this
now-
early in the game.
Now in my own little world, having some fun. We're good.
So
This is why I mute myself when we do these things, so I'm not distracting people too much.
Brett said something just a little too iconic, and we just had to have a thing.
no, absolutely. So describe for me what Cassidy Prism looks like.
Oh, okay, so she is she's about 21 years old.
Okay.
She's standing there in these pastel Easter-esque colors of yellow jeans with blue and pink accents, a white top. I'm now drawing a blank. What the hell does my character look like?
That character that you painstakingly fucking made.
I spent hours making.
You spent hours.
models.
I remember the first draft.
Yeah, I spent hours making multiple versions of this character in different colorways. Moment as I get this correct.
You're good.
There we go. Her hair is a sort of like a dark teal, and it's up in a bun, and she wears a it's almost like a blue anodized titanium is the best way to describe it. Choker with a gem in the center.
So, as Cassidy looks out the window of this it's a dreary day. It's not rainy, but it is sort of cloudy, a dreary day, and pulls her favorite cardigan on. It's time to start her office hours. Very few students come to visit during the time she has set for these, but it's a good reset for her anyway. It is her quietest part of the day, and it's one of the only few moments she'll get. She pulls out a container of buttered noodles and throws on a podcast about kinship in rural communities. She is, for those of you who don't know, doing a dual PhD program in sociology and anthropology, which is, from somebody who interacts with a bunch of PhDs, a lot of work.
Getting to know the people of today and yesterday.
Yes. And so she is always moving to learn. So the podcast, as she eats and waits for people to show up, as she listens, she sort of engages in the audio, and her eyes unfocus and then start to look around the small office that she has here at the University of the Great Unknown. Books coat the walls like some sort of three-dimensional wallpaper, and a small vase in the corner contains this week's tulip. A kind of deep purple that has this slight shimmer that one might usually associate with gemstones. But here in Harlegrets, we can get that in tulips. And this week, that was one that Cassidy found and just adored. It needs water, but she'll get to that later. Faster than anyone could expect, the podcast is over and her alarm is going off. Cassidy grabs a few books, throws it in like a satchel bag, and heads across campus, only stopping in the political science lounge, because in one of the back cabinets, tucked away, is a perpetual chess game that she is playing with someone. She makes a move, closes the door, and runs out. Heading out through a back door, then down a utility hallway, then out the other side of the building, she quickly moves to teach her seminar on the power dynamics in modern urban social movements, and she arrives exactly 17 seconds before class is supposed to begin, which is at 2 p.m. The seminar is a little bit of teaching from her, and then a lively discussion and questions that bloom like flowers and push the hour by faster than expected. When that is done, Cassidy sneaks away to her favorite place on campus, the second highest floor on the library. where they keep the historical manuscripts. Since very few students ever visit, the semi-forgotten shelves are coated in a light dust, and the beanbag chair that Cassidy rescued sits in a nook overlooking the greenhouses of the horticultural building next door. This table is clean, that she sits at, if for no other reason than because Cassidy always takes out a small baggie of like wipes and wipes it down before and after she leaves to make sure that she leaves the place in as good a condition as she can. As she is sitting there and thinking about what her next things are and percolating some of the questions from her classes and things like that, a voice from the darkness speaks up. Cassidy, what is the first thing that Martin says to you?
He is always incredibly direct. And he just goes straight for it. Every time you spare one of them, you're writing the eulogy of their next victim. But yeah, go for it. Wipe down the table again.
And I will take on the form, the Martin here. I know I put you in sort of a weird back and forth position with yourself. Welcome to the story guide position here. I'll take on Martin if you want to respond. To that.
Glitter guide. I have a question.
Yes.
Why did you come up with such a bad name for yourself when Glitter Guide was the obvious choice?
Honestly, because, well,
just Tony.
Because
just press backspace really quick, and you can change it. It doesn't exist.
I refuse to be the STD of the GMing world. Okay.
That's better than my original thought. You're gonna be like GM as in a glittered member. That's what my brain originally thought. I'm like, that doesn't sound good.
No.
That doesn't sound
Tony's
good at all.
glittery member.
Nope. All right.
No.
Anyway, so every time you spare one of them, you're writing the death warrant for their next victim. You know that, right?
They don't all have to end in violence. We can talk them down.
They're already irredeemable. If you just have the strength of willpower, you have the physical strength. I've seen it. If you just have the strength of willpower, you solve more problems than you create. Right now, you're pushing even.
You always come with a lecture. What's going on? Why are we here right now?
And out of the darkness comes a on all fours.
Quick, just want to cut in and say, if you're going to spam our stuff, you're going to get instantly banned. Thank you.
Yep.
Yep.
Out of the darkness, on all fours, crawls, we'll say, a large gecko. Look, and I'm not gonna lie, I, as Tony, was so concentrated on the reveal, I forgot what you just said.
I was frustrated with him always starting every conversation as a lecture.
Well, you accepted me as your teacher, and you're here to learn. So I'm wasting your time if I don't teach you. Like, what did you?
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Did you want to be friends? Because that's not what we're here for.
I trust your judgment, and I understand.
Okay. Maybe some time away would be good for you. See what the real world is like. Get out of these academic structures. I don't know, though. I don't know. I don't know if you're fully ready.
I don't know if my TA is ready to cover for me.
That is the least of my concerns. And in this moment, something happens unexpected. Because this is the first time we're going to have this, and maybe the only time we're going to have this in this entire series. But your magical girl transition overtakes you. So, describe to me, one, how this looks surprised, and also this transition.
So she has a tulip being used as a hairpin. Like it's a live tulip that she keeps in the bun. That she normally has to like pull out and hold to like start the transition. And as she's standing there now thinking about the repercussions of like, okay, I've got to put my courses on hold. I've got to do something for the classes that like, and she's like now spiraling into all of the work that she needs to do if she's going to have to go somewhere. All of a sudden, the tulip pops out of her hair and puts itself in her hand. And she looks down just in time to notice as the flashes of lightning come flying out of it and engulf mostly around her head. As she goes into the full transition, her jeans being replaced by a miniskirt style bottom, and then she's got the big pink bow and the sash, and yeah.
Amazing. As soon as you do this, you hear 4 unknown voices in somewhat unison say some version of, so you're telling me we got to go to the cottage? The one, the one off of Laurentine Bay. What do you mean? I'll know it when I feel it. All of this is in your mind as you have made a telepathic connection with some people who, if you're not sure who, and Martin continues talking. If there was some way that you could prove to me that you're ready, maybe I'd let you go. But right now, you might be a liability.
No, I can do this. I trust you. You have to trust me.
This was never a relationship built on trust. I mean, you are. I've given you instructions on how to improve, and you're not following through. So you're gonna have to prove to me you know how to improve.
I'm going to try and convince him.
Okay.
That my way is worth trying.
Absolutely.
That's too many dice.
Roll me that 2d6.
So, fun fact, I rolled a total of... Do I get to add a stat?
So are you using a move, or which move? I guess a better question. Which move are you using?
Yeah, it's because I have this. Oh, it is the convince someone check.
Okay. So I'm just making sure. You have some stuff written in this for the "Do you trust me" move, and it does not make sense. It says, "Do you
It's
trust
okay.
me?"
I can read. I can read the full thing out. I just for the check, do I add a specific stat, or is it just the dice?
Yes. So this should be. Let me just double check real quick.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's not going to matter.
Let me double check real quick here. It should be a persona. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I've got a 0 there. So I rolled a 6 on the dice. However, that means that I actually rolled a 7 to 9.
Okay. So here's the deal. You can go, but I'm not telling you where to go. I'm not telling you what the process is. I'm giving you no information more from here, except that if you can make it there and back on your own, I won't worry about you.
I think that's the closest you've ever come to admitting that you do worry about me.
Don't get a big head about this, please.
Besides, I already know where they are. I got this.
Oh, you already know where they are. Okay. Okay, we're getting out over our skis a little bit here, but you're free to go. And that's where we will fade out on Cassidy. All right. So, let's go ahead and jump over to David. Now, what does David look like, Bright?
Yeah. So David is a taller man. He's about 5'10", and he has very dark hair. It's short. It's very neatly cut. Honestly, the best and easiest example would be Brett's hair, but black. As he leaves. And he has like a very thick kind of mustache, and like connects into like a goatee or whatever that's called. For men, very, very, very neatly trimmed, you know, like what is it called? Where you have like the paste. Someone knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Wait.
But yeah,
They twirl up the mustache?
Like it's not the wax. It's like a pomade. It's a pomade.
Oh, the pomade. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's very trim, very like.
It actually can be called beard wax.
No, I know it can, but he specifically does not use the waxy ones. He uses like exclusively.
Maybe
it's a little bougie like that. But he's kind of like a little heavier set. But he is currently wearing kind of like a longer tunic with a almost turtleneck type shirt underneath it. He's got belt and pouches. Very, very almost traditional. But like with a slight modern twist clothing, like quite colorful. It's like purples and like dark, deep orange beiges, like turquoise blues, and all manner of stuff. He's got a couple of rings, a nice chain necklace, and some matching bracelets as well. That he
Amazing.
wears.
So. We start with David early in the morning because David gets to the clinic very early before anybody else.
Yeah.
He unlocks the doors and leaves them open despite the cool air, and lights a small sachet of Esfand. Let me make sure I got that right. Okay, yeah.
Yep, you did. You did so good.
Esfand to cleanse the room. He puts it into a sachet specifically for this purpose. This is something that he does, and He, like I said, lights it and then has a little handheld container that he waves around the room to make sure and just get all of the like, there's some superstition to it, there's some bad vibes, there's some old school thought about like bad air and things like that. There's some combinations about these things, right? And he uses Esfand to cleanse the room. While the haze clears, he begins stacking magazines in the waiting room and resetting the small handheld puzzles that almost never get solved by the anxious hands of patients in the waiting room. It's something he doesn't even think about. It just sort of, he can reset it really, really quickly. His hands move in those specific and tricky ways, and with a clink and a clatter, he drops them back on the small wooden table. He takes a moment to prepare the automatic coffee machine and makes sure the front desk looks tidy when you walk up to it. Always check to make sure the pens work, he thinks to himself. It's the small things that make the moments that are hard much easier. And he sidles around to the back of the desk, kicking on the electric kettle and opening a jar of mint tea leaves, preparing his morning tea. It's a must if he's to be the warm voice that greets folks for their bad days. Just as he takes his first sip of tea, a weary-eyed woman comes in and hits the dispense button on the coffee maker, which is preloaded with her very specific kind of coffee that she keeps in a drawer in the back. Fatya is never herself before her third cup of coffee. And this is that third cup. She walks over to David's desk and leans across. You're taking a half day today for your trip, right?
Yeah, I have, yeah, it's been planned for a while. I'm nervous, but I'm excited for it.
You're all packed up, you're ready, you've got everything prepared?
I did that 2 nights ago.
You did that 2 nights ago. Well, look at you. You're coming around, David. Now.
I'm really hoping so.
I think you have great promise. You know that. It is going to be a long day before that, though. Thank you again for this coffee. And, Fatya is your mentor. Then she goes, just a reminder that everyone who comes through this door sees you first. You are their tone setter. And you get to choose whether their first thought about this place is one of nervousness, panic, warmth, or even, maybe, joy, dare I say? You have a knack at that sort of thing. But I think this is something that will grow with time, even more. It's something people need, that you can provide.
He'll like kind of like you'll see his like shoulders kind of like straighten but relax at the same time as he's like kind of warmed by her words. And he'll go, thank you. And he'll call her, he'll say, like, thank you, Maman Buzorg, which means big mama, in Farsi, if I may. I feel it's applicable to her, even if she's just a tiny old lady. It's always, it's good.
Amazing. She's going to respond in Farsi. I do not know Farsi.
Yeah. No pressure to know any.
Yeah. But you said thank you, Big Mama.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just going to respond with a you are welcome. Right? And a well wish. Whether that's have a good day or, her own version, right?
Yeah.
The day goes on. Sorry. I just realized that on stream, because Mercy is centered up where Blood was on camera, it's just Mercy's face in that.
That's why everyone was freaking so much. It was great.
And I just was enjoying that moment. I sorry, I had to break character for that, but back to it here. The day goes about. There are all sorts of folks. Most people are here for something minor. They have the flu, or they have a cold, or they have a question about this or that, or they have to do a physical for some reason, right? They're in for some labs, some basic
Mundane
medical
stuff.
things, right?
Yeah.
Some are here for things more intense. And David's soothing voice gives them some hope. It is probably later in the day. This clinic stays open late because not everyone can be here 9 to 5, right? Not everyone has that availability, and this clinic tries to stay open a little extra late, 7 or 8 p.m. to make sure that we take care of those who can't make it during those other times. And so it is starting to get dark outside when there is a crash and all the lights in the clinic go out.
He will, if anyone is still in the waiting room, he will, as it kind of goes out, he will stand up and go, "There's no need for alarm. We are, I will go check this out. We do have backup generators. They should kick on in a few minutes. But please remain seated. We do still have some fresh beverages, and we have lanterns that are around, so you should still be able to. But please let us know if you have anything, but I will be back."
As David goes and goes out to check some things, you can see that the transformer to the area fried, right? There's a huge puff of smoke in the air. Then you hear the generator start to kick on. And choke on its own leg, right? It has malfunctioned. And so the lights come on for a half second and then back off.
Mm-hmm. Snap. Okay. So in that moment, then he will kind of just deep breath, and then he will go, "My time to shine, I guess," and will touch some of the rings that he has. He'll kind of go like this, and almost like a prayerful motion, and he will start his transformation and touch the rings to himself, and that's when a kind of glow will start, and it's almost like a lavender purple starts to envelop him, as from his hands gauntlets appear, and other armor will start forming around him, and as he releases his hands, he'll touch the chain necklace that he has, and from there armor will appear down the rest of his body as he's kind of enveloped in this purple essence. And he will come on in once he emerges from this, you see kind of like the this kind of sparkles fade a bit, and he will be in a purple and rose gold type chainmail shirt, and with flowing kind of shawl that he's wearing. He'll have with blue accented gems and thick greaves and other kind of purple tinted armor that he has, and he has 2 shields that are shaped like crescent moons. They're mostly full with like a little patch kind of in the towards the end, but they kind of glow in the light. His hair will go from neatly combed to almost a black. It remains the color black, but it looks like Super Saiyan Goku hair, if anyone's familiar with that. So it just kind of like tussles and like points kind of straight to the back, almost like Syndrome, I guess, from The Incredibles is another good example. And then he also has a gem encrusted tiara that kind of graces his forehead. So as he does that, he kind of does another deep breath, thinks back, and he will desummon his shields because he doesn't feel the need for them right in this moment. He will desummon them to his bracelets and gauntlets. But he will, from there, kind of as he navigates back into the clinic, he'll make sure that he doesn't see like all the patient doors are closed as they should be, and the lights are off. And from there, he will get right to the hallway where the receptionist's desk meets the waiting room, and he will summon a beacon, almost like a person, but a beacon, nonetheless. That is this beautiful white lavender light that will glide to the reception area. And illuminate it for patrons there, for clients.
There is in this beacon, despite the fact that it is a being emitting this, there is an understanding that people seem to be comforted by candlelight. And the light flickers much like a candle would or a torch. And people start to, you can see the nervous faces start to settle as they see someone is there to help them. Are we... are we gonna get seen? Like, is stuff going? I don't know what to do.
At this point, I don't know if David would feel comfortable staying in his form, or if he would, because he doesn't look necessarily all that different. He will try to recall what Fatia has kind of like told him is okay to kind of show in this form, how secretive he must be.
I will say this world plays a bit by comic book rules.
Oh, okay.
Where
like
you don't need a ton
type thing
to obscure your identity in this world.
Okay, cool. His hair's different enough then.
Yeah.
But he will then come out, and now my voice may not sound all that different, but it's going to sound more akin to All Might from My Hero, very, very kind of like a bit louder, more confident. And he will go, "There's no need to panic, everyone. We are working on solutions here, but in the meantime, we have light. The doctors will still see you, and you will be taken care of here. There is no need to fear, no need to worry. Please remain calm, and you will be taken next as soon as your turn is up."
there is a moment where things have settled down and David starts to move almost without thinking that David is in their persona. Goes to sit back down at the reception desk. And a little bit before all of this, David had finished a cup of tea and flipped it over. Lifting the teacup from the saucer. The tea leaves read, "I think you're ready."
As he looks at the tiny cup, he will smile and feel a renewed sense of comfort and confidence as he puts it back down and will go into the kind of waiting room area, not behind the desk, and will start talking to some of the patrons and things like that.
Absolutely. We will fade out on David there. All right, on to our final witch of the evening. Tell me, Darkness, about Roan. What does she look like?
So, Roan is kind of like just slightly above average height for a woman. She has this dark red hair. She is missing her left arm, so just below the shoulder, it kind of cuts off. It's just she was born that way. Never bothered her. Never slowed her down. She's pretty athletic. She's a forest ranger, so she's been outside her whole life. Hikes daily, making sure everything's looking good, and will help with like search and rescue if needed.
Perfect. So we open on a tiny cabin bathed in dawnlight, and a tiny bird lights on the open window of this cabin, which is tucked in a grove of redwood trees. The sweet smell of the redwoods greets Roan as she rolls out of bed and puts the kettle on. It is an ancient kettle, as burned and as black as the forest after a yearly fire. While the water in the kettle heats, Roan walks through the morning mist, bringing a large clay pot out to the stream and filling it with fresh water, while whispering a hello and a thank you to the river who provides for her every day. She stops once on her way home to pick a handful of flowers, stuffing them in her belt as she carries the clay pot sort of balanced on top of her head. As she returns, the ancient rooster on the spout of the kettle crows, and she sets the clay pot down and pours out hot water over coffee grounds. While the coffee steeps, she puts a couple slices of bread on the still hot burner of the stove and walks out to the beehive, where she says, "Good morning, friends. I'm here to make a trade," and pulls out the heap of wildflowers, puts them in a vase at the bottom of the hive, and then takes out her multi-tool and reaches in to the hive and scrapes just enough honey for 2 pieces of bread. When she returns to her cabin, there is an older, hunched black woman flipping the bread with her fingers just as it gets golden brown. This woman is already dressed in the greens of a park ranger, with a large machete on one hip and a multi-tool clipped to the other belt, or to the other side of her belt. The two share honey toast, coffee, and the woman has brought fresh tomatoes, which they slather in goat cheese and olive oil. The breakfast is almost wordless. This is Hatisa, the witch who gifted you with a small mote of magic that gives you the power to protect this place and the people who visit. What is the only thing that she says to you before you begin your day?
She says that just because times seem bright doesn't mean there aren't those who need help.
Wise words. Each of you take off to your own portions of the woods, where you will spend most of the day alone, if things go well. Also, we got Stretch and Sippies. I may be the last one to know it, but it's a good moment for it.
I don't think any of us know.
I did it as soon as it came through, which is also every time it comes in, I like cheers to the screen so you guys notice, and nobody ever does anything.
I do.
Yes, hats.
But I'm in the middle of things.
I thought you were
I'm
just
ignoring
showing
you,
us your
Raven.
drink.
I'd also like to point out, as far as I'm aware, that's the first time cussing has happened on this show.
No, it's not.
Damn.
You guys made it all of like 10 minutes. It was not close. Anyway, so each of you take off in your own directions. What does a day maintaining the forest look like for Roan?
So going out, maintaining trails, so making sure that the trails are highly visible so people are less likely to get lost. Clearing out like any overgrowth or fallen branches. And just checking around, making sure that there's nothing that's been, like no trash been left behind in the forest. And make sure there's no like poaching traps or anything like that.
Okay.
So
As
check
you were going
local
about,
dens and stuff.
As you were going about your day, you're good. There is, every once in a while you hear people more than you see people, because people are loud in the forest, even when they're trying to be quiet. And these folks are not trying to be quiet. They're likely very young. And you hear, laughter and chatter and tag, you're it. All of these things, right? Little sounds of playing and innocence. There is a moment, however, 3 to 4 hours into your day, you're just about to stop for lunch. And you hear the voices get quiet for a second. And then you hear a clatter of stones, a splash, and a voice crying for help.
Immediately gonna start going towards the sound.
I should clarify, are you headed to the sound as Roan, or are you initiating a transformation to meet this with possible magical powers?
Initiating a transformation kind of while running. So for Roan, it's gonna look like a her hair's long and it's tied back in it with a leather like string almost, and she's gonna kind of like twirl that and just be like, "Wind, guide me," as she's running, and her clothes will almost melt away, and it her left arm will grow. There'll be like a wooden arm there now. She'll get these kind of glittery wings, and this green glowing outfit that just looks like it's made from nature. A cloth will cover her eyes because she doesn't need to see who she's defending to know that they need to be defended, I guess. Like, no judgment, basically. And as she was running, her clothes flow behind her, and it just kind of helps her become more nimble, I would say.
Yeah, the rest of her senses sharpen with the smells and sounds of the woods, as she has her sight removed by this transformation as well. And so you can hear the horseshoe bend of the river. That the flow is abnormal as you see splashing, and you see a teenage girl running down the bank after somebody who is in the water. Help! Help! Is there anybody out there?
She'll call out and be like, I'm on my way. Keep it together. Just not as mean.
They are not good at keeping it together. And you can tell this person is doing their best. I don't know that they're a great swimmer. It doesn't look like they're a great swimmer. So they're doing their best not to drown in this moment. What does she do? Walk me through how she helps.
So is she close enough now to see
Yes.
her?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's gonna climb down the bank the best of her ability.
Hello and welcome, Raiders. Thank you for joining us tonight as we're playing some Easy Bake Coven in the game of Glitterhearts.
Hi, Arista. Thank you for the raid.
Thank you for the raid.
Thank you.
It's one of my players
Thank
for
you,
my
thank
Moon
you.
the Mist game on Thursdays.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Now, Roan, remind me, what is your magical girl transformation name? Does your persona have a name? I don't remember if we established this for you, so it's okay if not for now.
I forgot
We
I
can
needed
establish
one.
it for later. I forgot to ask it of everybody else, so no one has established theirs yet. So we can do that later. That's not a big deal. For now, I'll refer to you as Roan. But can you redescribe Roan's transformed look for our raiders here real quick, and then jump into how she is saving this possibly about to be drowning kid from the river, where she is a park ranger.
Yeah, so her magical transformation is a cloth covers her eyes to kind of make sure that there's no judgment. She saves indiscriminately. And she only almost gets like a one-piece swimsuit, like think Poison Ivy, that's just like bathed in green and like leaves, and then a flowing skirt behind her. She gets a second arm that is made of wood, which is my favorite part, and then some kind of glittery wings that are behind her, just kind of giving her that little magical look, almost like the forest fairy. And then her plan is, she knows the river, she knows this area, she knows what part of the river is probably deepest, and so she's going to full send her whole self into there to get to the girl.
Okay. So this is more of a physical save, like swimming through the river, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She
Are you
is
using any moves?
Thing is, I have the Dreamer as my thing. And the one I ended up choosing was It All Fits Together. So in my dreams, you've seen the sands of time and the threads of fate. I could say that I've experienced deja vu and roll plus mystical.
Absolutely,
So
you can. So,
she's
do you
seen
wanna
this
give me-
happen.
Yeah. Do you want to give me a plus mystical roll, and we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Don't fail me. And they failed me. Okay. So that is a 5. So the fail.
Okay. You should have +2 to mystical.
That is with +2.
That is okay. Oh no. That's not great. Okay. The river is moving faster than you expect in this moment. And as you sort of glance off of, I feel like there's like a leap and a jump, almost like Peter Pan style jumping, right, where you just sort of barely alight on something to jump to the next, or like in certain, I think it's Chinese movies, you get like this really intricate wire work where they're doing the kung fu and they barely touch on something and then leap off of it. Like, this is what it looks like. You dive into the river, and it envelops you for a second.
Would this count as the action to protect someone?
This is trying to protect someone, yes. Do you get a bonus to that?
I do. I always get a +1 hold, even on a 6 or less.
You get a +1 hold. Okay, so here is what is going to happen. So, you get to choose some things. First thing, first option is...
Sorry.
You are able to save the kid. Second, and you get to choose one of these, right? You are able to avoid harm to yourself. You are able to avoid harm to the forest. You must pick one.
Avoid harm to the forest.
Okay. I just want to reiterate. So you are forsaking, maybe not forsaking, but you are avoiding saving the kid right now and avoiding saving yourself right now to prioritize the forest.
Never mind. I didn't know those two were separate. Save the kid.
Okay. That's what I figured you'd go with, and so I wanted to make sure that we were on the same page before we picked an action here.
Fuck that kid. No kid. It's fine.
I jumped into the water to save you, but you can drown now.
There we go.
The kid accidentally called you old in like a cartoon. Okay, die, kid.
I was caught off guard, but you get to make the choices you get to make. I'm not going to override your decisions. I just want to make sure you're making them on purpose, So, as you go to race towards the river, there are trees by the river that have the ground eroded out from underneath them. You are moving too fast to realize which tree you're flying towards. You go to grab onto a branch of it to sort of maneuver yourself to swing down and reach and grab this kid out of the water. And this whole tree, because it is only held up by roots that are less than anchored properly into the ground, starts to tip down on you. You are holding on to it as it sort of comes down into the water, creating this artificial start of a dam between you and the you and the river and the tree. The kid, however, is able to sort of you're able to grab their hand, and as the water is sort of pushing you under, you are able to loop them up over the top of the tree, and they are able to scramble to the side. You, however, are sucked underneath the tree, and you are banged into the bottom of the river, and you do hit a stone. You're going to take 1 damage here, and the tree that you have knocked over hit another tree much like it, except this is a much taller tree, and it is causing a sort of chain reaction of trees that hit each other and fall over through the forest. The good news is, it is this that brings Hatiza your way. So as you are finally sort of coming to with a lump on your head from the bottom of the river, Hatiza sort of appears almost out of nowhere and reaches a walking stick out to you. Grab on, my dear.
She'll reach out for it, and as she is coming to, she's going to immediately ask, how's the kid? Or where's the kid? Are they safe?
They are fine. They have already been whisked away to a parent.
When she's standing on her feet, she is going to turn kind of to the forest itself and just be like, I am sorry, my friend.
It looks like you'll need to make a few amends. But that was quick thinking. You did some good today.
Definitely have some more learning. I need to get my feet under me a little bit better, I think.
You cannot be perfect all of the time. Rivers wind and move around obstacles as often as they go through them. No one knows what the right path is and what the wrong path is. So, do not forget that nature gives itself as much grace as it has the stubbornness to move through things that are in its way. By the way, this came for you up at the office. And she's going to pull out a mid-sized manila folder. It has everything you need. And don't worry. We've got you covered while you're gone.
Open it to see what the heck is in it.
In it is a full pamphlet that says, "So you want to be a fully fledged witch? Make sure you come to one of the 19 places of power and join in on your part for casting the spell of the Coven. Every year on August 23rd.
Are you sure I'm ready for something like this?
I am sure of many things. I've never had any doubts of you.
I just almost took down half the forest by messing up. Like, what if I mess up the spell?
I don't know. I mean, there are terrible consequences for something like that. The spell binds magic to our realm for another year. But it is a team effort. Where you fall, others will pick up. If you trust them.
Is there anything like you that shouldn't be too difficult, I think? It's just a matter if I can trust myself, I guess, at this point.
There you go. And they will be varied if I have any understanding of the matter.
Then I will go.
Before you go, Hatice will take from one of her back pockets a small mesh bag of seeds. If you're ever missing home and you ever feel lost, here is a small piece of the forest for you.
Gratefully accept.
So, with our final remembrance done, I think we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break here, because we're getting late in the night, and we have one last push to get through for tonight. But we're gonna take a quick break here. We'll be right back, like I said, about 5 minutes. See y'all in a few.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't mind me just turning on the wrong audio sources for a second, but we're good to go.
Naturally.
You know. So, but yeah, we're all right. So we come back to the cottage, by the sea, where our 5 motley apprentice witches, I should say, are sitting around in silence around this table, this glass table that is a glass shell around a bonsai tree that grows out, right? It lifts up and around. The silence is awkward and slightly oppressive. Who is the first to break it?
Coraline does the spoon trick where it makes it look like it's like a liquid, just with her hand just bored, like sitting there, just chilling.
I am playing with
Cassidy's-
Zoe's little arms.
I have so many spoons on me.
Yeah.
Cassidy would actually like be watching all of this and be like, "You two aren't great with silence, are you?"
No, not really. When you work at a hospital, quiet seems pleasant at first, but then you worry that nothing's going correct.
I got a mushroom boy.
Makes
Just
Out of
sitting there with
nowhere,
his hands.
Roan's just gonna blurt, like, "You're lucky those mushrooms grew back in that area. Should find you."
I didn't take them from the base, so of course they would grow back.
I mean,
I just wanted
technically,
the spores.
you did find her,
Mushrooms.
but you didn't
That
find her.
explains it.
Still, just because you take them from the base doesn't mean they're not damaged. The forest is supposed to be left alone, and they allow us to come into their kind of area.
They were rare specimens, and I wanted to see how they grow. So, spore collection. Ta-da!
Does anyone want some tea? And he'll bring out like a thermos and like some like cups that he like keeps in his satchel and stuff. I've got mint leaf tea if anyone wants some.
You got any sugar?
Another cup.
sounds
I
delightful.
do. I have special sugar actually. So he'll like kind of get
College kid
cups
fucking
out.
brain goes special sugar.
Yeah, it's and he'll pull out, and it's rock sugar, and it's got this yellow tint and red flakes in it, and it's actually saffron rock sugar. That is on
That's
like
not
little
the
wooden
special I was
dowels.
thinking of.
What kind of special were you thinking of?
Probably
This
something
is-
laced with mushroom, knowing this person.
I wasn't
Oh,
thinking
I
like
don't know this person.
I would not recommend putting.
I have some honey if anyone wants some, and I'll take out a little jar.
Actually,
Please
to
let
be
me
fair,
take some
people
more.
have been consuming mushroom teas for thousands of years. It's
No,
Mushroom
that's
tea.
true.
That is true. That is true. I just
I'm talking
stick
about
with-
the poisonous kind.
I
yeah, so am I.
don't only mess with poisonous mushrooms. They just happen to be the ones I was messing with that time.
Here's the tea. Careful, it's hot.
Mhm.
And I'll place it in front of you guys.
I'm confused. You have a mushroom fella right there. Couldn't you just ask him to grow different types of mushrooms on him so you can experiment with those?
Yeah, but that takes the fun out of it.
And committing a federal crime's better?
You hurt the
Interesting.
purpose.
You can have him grow specific types of mushroom.
Potentially? I mean, it probably would take a lot of focus. But
Question, DM. Are we in our magical girl uniforms, or are we in just like our regular like day-to-day stuff?
Correction,
I'm
friend.
assuming I'm in the magical
tour
girl
guide.
stuff because I have Zoid with me.
You're in your regular stuff for now.
Oh, okay.
You can't.
Joy.
Just wanted to make sure.
And yes, Zoid is still with you. Zoid does not usually go away.
He does not disappear. He's just
So-
there.
How long have you guys been waiting for this test?
You knew about it?
I mean,
Yes.
we're apprentices. Eventually, there has to be an exam that gets us into,
Oh, I
the
didn't
next
think I would
phase.
ever be allowed to come.
Oh,
But
How-
they gave you the mode of magic. Like the end game is here.
no. Not quite.
I thought my training was gonna come from my mentor. All of it.
I've been
To be fair, this is literally just a test to see whether or not we can get the final point of magic. Then we're on
Well,
even footing with our teachers.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a little more than that. At least how it's been explained to me. I mean, because yes, while we do have permission and privilege to have this power, the permanence of it is a little more.
How old is Cassidy?
Exemplified.
Raven?
21.
21.
21.
Okay.
I've also
some
been putting off my test
Reverse orange.
for a while.
So does that make it blue?
What I was going to say is that the opposite?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just curious because the way they kind of talk and like how their teachers say it, so Brain was like, but I was
Actually, how old is everyone? I don't think we ever got an age check besides that just now.
I always kind of headcanoned Trinity at like 19-ish.
Coraline's
Oh.
24, 25.
David is 23.
Him much
I was putting Roan as like 28.
Yay!
Hey, you're never too old.
To be a magical girl.
Never.
Look, I don't need you acting like 28's really old here, okay?
I know.
Yeah, it's a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Because everyone else chose
Yeah,
like
but, like,
really young ages.
Typical
Like, oh,
magical girl genre. Them bitches be in high school.
That's true.
My character is
Usually.
specifically in her third year of university.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I
Shouldn't
did
she
want
be,
her
like,
to be an
20?
adult.
No, she's a genius, is the
Three?
point.
oh.
So, I don't remember where you guys left off in the conversation, but it is.
We're having tea.
Talking about the
we were
expectations of
talk-
the test.
Yeah, that. And
Gotcha.
having tea, yes.
Guys, I have to pay attention. I'm the smart one now.
You do.
Now?
Thank you for the compliment, Brett, but I've never been the smart character in our shows.
This is
Fine.
true.
Great.
I need to get to.
I'm just a mushroom obsessed dork.
So nothing's really changed.
I was
No.
gonna say, I wonder what would give that away at your background, you know? At
Mushroom.
played yourself.
So, here's what we're going to do. Here's what's going to happen real quick. Is about the time that the tea is getting passed around, there is going to be so in this room there is the bonsai tree glass. This cottage is actually grown out of an old stump, right? It is carved from the inside of a tree that once was. And this tree used to be very big. Right? Roan, this is a tree that redwoods specifically grow very tall.
I was
It's
thinking
maybe
redwoods.
even what?
I was thinking redwoods when you said that. Sorry.
Yeah, it's maybe even a little bit bigger than redwoods, right? We've all seen images of like redwoods that cars can drive through, right? Mm-hmm. This is one that is probably and don't come for me if you're a redwood expert here, but we're gonna say it's 75 feet wide in a circle here. So it is a massive room that you are in, and around the outside are potted plants of different spots or different kinds. They're potted plants from like different sort of biomes around, and they are all growing happily. There is a cactus that is seated at I don't know if any of you have this kind of an understanding. I don't think any of you do. Maybe Roan does, but at true north in the room there is a cactus growing, and as the mint tea is poured, it starts to move. You can hear its needles brushing against each other as it sort of shakes. I see you are all here for your Coven examination. And
David, you didn't spike this tea, did you?
No, I would never do that.
binding. Now.
Why you gotta do that, Mal? Why you gotta do that?
I said it at the beginning of the stream too, so it should be no surprise.
I'm so sorry.
Connery is a little bit more like this, for the record.
To be fair, Sean Connery is a lot quieter than that nowadays.
Wow.
True.
Wow.
Absolutely true.
Wow.
Wow.
Kick him.
Anyway.
Kick him. Kick him. And not.
Oh,
We can't.
We don't kick dead people, Darkness.
Kick her.
Hey.
We're
You
back.
can't throw her into the symbol while we're live.
All right, y'all.
Wind it back, friends.
So here is the examination begins with a binding of the Coven together. You must work together. And they're going to reach into a clay furnace that is near the eastern side of the room. Take this mold of clay. There is a being who is waiting in a spectrum, we shall say, that is not perceivable to you at this moment. And it requires a vessel. It is you and your choice to give it the vessel you believe it deserves. And if chosen properly, it will aid you and your coven for all time. I was once such. It is an esteemed existence. So, you may begin when you please.
So basically, we can go pick up some clay and move on to the next room? Or...
They actually scoop up the clay and set it on the table for you. So the clay is out and ready for you.
Is it like a reddish clay, or is it more like a that we see like the typical like kind of brownish gray?
It is a mixture.
Marble.
Yes. So this is not a clay that is pulled from any one source.
Okay.
Can we add anything to the clay?
Immediately getting spores ready.
I don't see why not. I mean, the only thing you can do is try, right?
Mushroom dance. Mushroom man.
Whatever should it mean?
So, does
It means you've lived a life of sin.
anybody have any idea on how we should start?
Mushroom.
I am going
Look
to.
at him, and I'm gonna
Anybody
hold
else
the void.
have any ideas?
I'm going to look around the room and look for any sort of tools or clues that you might have. Just goof, but also being silly while I'm doing it. I'm singing about clay in the way that Winnie the Pooh would as they're walking around, and I'm using a fool's luck, my ability. Sometimes your productivity for goofing around uncovers something useful. And I'm just like take some of the clay away from the pile, like rubbing my hand, getting walking around, like tossing, seeing if there are any clues or insights that I should take from within the room proper.
Okay. And your fool's luck. Read that for me one more time, just to make sure I understand.
Got it. Sometimes your proclivity for goofing around uncovers something useful. Let the GM know if you want to find something randomly useful and important. It may not be related to the immediate threat or situation.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. As you are moving around, this area is a mixture of a kitchen and a workshop. It has a large number of tools and little pouches of ingredients and all sorts of things. What is interesting is that hidden in one of the cabinets is a small marionette.
Hey, little friend. And I'll open up I'll take him out and I'll start. What does the marionette look like?
The marionette is a classic, like it has a green like bucket hat on. It is wearing a red button-up shirt and khaki shorts. It has nondescript black boots on.
Guten Morgen, friends. How are we feeling today? As she takes the little marionette and starts trying to puppeteer it. She's maybe used one of these guys once before, so it's very jittery and not really wobbling it around strings.
Cassidy instantly twigs that and looks over. Sprechen Sie Deutsche?
More line, right?
No, she responds with más o menos.
Yes, 100%. How dare you? Más o menos.
Quite terrifying.
Oh, I think he's quite handsome. She'll take out like a cloth and just kind of like wipe some of the dust away. Oh, well, I think I'm gonna take him with us, and I just kind of like put him gently into my bag or whatever I have for this thing.
Just straight up steal it. In broad
Is
daylight.
it okay if I bring this with us? Is everything okay for us here to grab? You're right. I don't want to steal. Bad. Thank you.
The cottage is...
That was not David saying that. Sorry, that was me being.
Oh, I thought you were being David.
No, I had food in my mouth when I was saying it.
That's okay. Coraline's just talking to an imaginary friend.
Yep. They're talking to the puppet.
Coraline, do you still
She
ask
puts it up to his ear. You're right. Yeah, she will ask the sentient bush, the tree.
It's cactus.
A cactus.
The cactus. Sorry.
Nothing in this cottage is off limits for your purposes.
Does he have a name, or do you not know it?
If there was a name, I am unaware.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no. I'm putting mushroom spores in this clay.
I'm gonna take out the seeds that I was just gifted. Take out one of them and tuck it into like the center of the clay.
I'm gonna pull the lily from my hair and pluck a leaf from it, and place it into it.
I'm gonna use the rock.
There is no
candy
choice
that I
but this thing being a nature fucking freak.
I'm gonna use the little rock candy on the dowel and use that and mold the clay around it.
I'll take a string from one of my headband and gently kind of like spin it around it and mold this clay and heat it up a little bit with the fire that's just within me.
I thought you were gonna use like one of like the balloons. Like
That's not really part of my coven. It's more of just Coraline being quirky.
Oh my goodness. Is your little thing gonna be a little balloon animal?
oh my
Could
god, that'd
be.
be so cute. I would love that.
Oh god.
Really would be great.
It's just gonna be one for all of us, isn't it?
Yes.
Or is it?
No,
Okay.
It's a
It
group
is
mold.
your
We're all putting it all.
collective coven
Oh.
creature.
Yeah.
So it is something that is going
Well,
to
that is all
include
together.
all of these things.
oh, good luck, Tony.
So we've got some kind of seed for a plant, mushrooms, a leaf from
Petal.
a lily, or a petal.
Leaf.
It was a leaf.
A leaf.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
Okay.
Yeah, lilies tend to have very few petals, so I didn't want to pluck a petal because that would obliterate the flower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's typically just one petal
One
all the fucking way
wrap
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then some rock sugar.
Rock sugar, and then some a piece of natural fiber,
Okay.
and then I guess off we go to the next room. Now that we've incorporated bits of ourselves.
Or do we need to shape it first?
Is this a what? Are we all fusing houses together? Are we all secretly getting married?
I don't
No.
want to be married to you, any
Fair.
of you.
It would
Of all of the marriage ceremonies I've studied, none of them are like this.
I thought I'd
wouldn't
ask.
know.
And she takes bits of the clay off and she's not just juggling like 3 or 4 pieces.
Officially, this is
David is
not
now
a
worried.
wedding ceremony.
Okay.
And it would do to shape this in some sort of a way before you cast a spell to animate it, unless your desire for your magical creature is to be some sort of pet rock.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to that. Rocks are beautiful.
That is true, but I mean,
I can make it a mushroom. It'll look like
Does
a dick.
anyone
Make it a
here
moss
have any
ball.
art? Does anyone here have any sort of artistic capabilities aside from her? I say
I'm
pointing at the mushroom.
I mean, I've always used the clay from the riverbed to make little trinkets for the
I
cabin.
think you should be the hands-on one with this then.
I think we need to do it all together though and work through it.
Well, I mean, crafting it is one thing. It's the spell that is what binds it to all of us and makes it a thing with us.
Yes, but together seems better. We all put part of ourselves in it. We all need to have hands on it. So let's decide on what we would like. Seems like two of us like nature. I know one worked in medical for at least a while. I don't know about the other two.
I work at a reception desk for a local clinic that I've been at for a very long time.
So another medical.
That one
And
teaches at
you?
my school.
A teacher.
Well, part-time. I'm mostly a student myself.
What about an owl?
I like that.
Owls are wise. Wise, they are part of nature pretty easily.
Ooh. We could do crow. Or raven.
Crows are smart. They're
Crows
one
are
of the few
smart?
ones that
Mhm.
actually
And
use
I will
tools.
say, although owls are typically associated with deities of wisdom, they themselves are usually
Pretty
less
dumb.
intelligent birds.
They're very funny though. They're cute. They're very funny.
We could.
There have been
I
some
like your
very
stoic
interesting.
nature.
There's been some very interesting studies into the nature of corvids, though, and their tool use and societal makeup.
Well, also they are sometimes affiliated with medicine and death. So hence nature and mushrooms and all of that.
Yeah, I was thinking
mean,
an owl was
like
less
death.
death-like.
In most
That's why I
cultures,
said
owls
that over
actually
a
direct
crow.
omens to death.
I don't know much about cultures.
I thought you studied
I'm going to be
herbology.
honest with you.
Right?
that was to Cassidy. Herbology.
No, I study sociology and anthropology.
Oh,
I'm the one going for horticultural.
gotcha.
That's
I
literally my
remember
minor.
I remember you complaining about her failing your class. Sorry.
Yeah, because it was boring.
Wow.
How,
So
She's
a crow.
nerdy. I
A
don't
crow.
how can the study of
Yes,
people
people.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name, sir.
My name's David. What if we did like a hummingbird or something small and kind of colorful that I feel like it balances out all of us and you know, like it's small enough that it's easily molded. It you know, it's wildlife and suffices with the bird theme that we appear to have, and they're little sweet little creatures and easy to mold.
A humming? I've been attacked by more hummingbirds than any other bird.
It's very
They are
gross.
pretty
Honestly,
aggro.
That you're very sweet.
Oh,
Honestly, that just makes
But
it seem
they're
more familiar
territorial.
for me.
They're very territorial.
I think we
I
should
mean,
go with the crow. Just personally.
We
I also
could
just
go
like
for
pretty
a
colors.
group consensus. We have 3 birds on the table, so to speak.
3 little birds were on my doorstep, singing sweet songs.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This might help us to deliberate. And I take a moment and I focus on everybody. And all of you feel a sort of expansion of your minds as we all mentally connect with each other.
Oh,
And then in your heads, you hear me say, I find it's a lot faster to communicate like this.
I don't like this.
In all my years, I have never had a being actually talk in my own head.
there's like a soft screaming of just like
It's
just
like my personal life has been
Also,
stolen.
as you all go through these moments of like these first thoughts of intrusion and fear and everything, I then follow up. Sorry, this is two-way. We can all hear all of this.
Sunshine, lollipop, it grows everything.
I'm just imagining like from Bob's Burgers coming from Dobby, like that kind of like.
Yeah, no, 100%. Just like that nervous of like, oh, it's an action. Oh, crap! Everyone can hear my thoughts.
I think this is a little too intimate. Can we do voices again?
We can
sure.
still talk out loud, right? That doesn't take away our abilities.
I just don't like people in my head.
I'm just shy.
That was entirely too much social interaction for me. I think I'm gonna go sleep.
Cassidy pulls out a pocket notebook and is like, too much for telepathy in first meeting.
Typically, it's like a third date sort of thing, isn't it?
I think next time if you verbalize that you want to do that first, it might like a consent thing might be helpful.
Can the pot be an item? Like, what if we make it like a cauldron or something that melts everything together?
Or like a kettle, like a tea kettle. I like that.
I think it would be fun though to give it some sort of personality. I'll pull out the marionette. We could do something. No, it's not gonna look like this. But like, we could give it like we could make it a little. Oh, you want me to put? Okay, this puts it back away.
Thank you.
Sorry, Anthony. No one liked you.
Not Anthony.
I see you.
And Tony. There an Antony.
There's a Tony in each of our fucking campaigns at this point. God damn.
And they're all initiated by Brett, I'm pretty sure.
Tony's
tells
gonna
you
be
who
our
Brett's favorite
Stanley.
is.
Tony is our Stanley. What do you mean?
It's because he's the straight one.
I am the threads that bind the universes together.
Well,
I'm confused by the personality. Because it is going to be a living kind of being that's going to take on parts of all of us that we have put in.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be an individual thing that would guide us through our own personal journeys. I didn't realize it was a group project with strangers.
I mean, as I understand, the point is for us to work together as a team and come together. That's what's going to show our strength in this.
That is true. Well, what if we do? Because there's a in my kind of cultures, in my Coven's culture, we have these things called peris, which is like a fairy almost, but instead of having like little wispy wings, they have like hummingbird or sparrow's wings, but they look relatively human. We could maybe make something like that where it's easy to communicate and look at and see, and it can still kind of like fly with our winged theme. And they also have like cute little kind of like almost lion tails, which I find quite adorable.
Is there a purpose for the tail, or is it just for like extra dexterity and acrobatics?
For fun, it looks cute.
Oh, okay.
It's just part of the lore.
It's cute, but it feels like that's very yours focused. The reason why I kind of suggested earlier, or the crow, is because it kind of puts aspects from all of us.
Little more kind of.
I'm not trying to.
Way. No.
Here's my thing. I just don't want it to be a lizard. They're assholes.
Yeah, especially when they're just wearing people's skin.
Yes. Have you met Martin?
No, I work in a hospital. I see all kinds of people come in and out.
I think we should do the Corvid. I think the Corvid is a wonderful idea.
I like your fairy idea.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
Corvid.
Someone make a bird, because apparently I'm not allowed to touch things.
If we want to do a Corvid, but we don't want it to be the creepier side of it,
Cassie.
We could go with something more along the lines of a blue jay. They're still part of the Corvidae family, but they don't have the death connotations.
Yeah, but don't they murder other birds' children to lay their own eggs in it?
That's a mockingbird.
No, that's
also that.
I thought they both did that.
I thought they both did that.
I'm going to work
They
with
might.
Rowan and start making the bird, so that way we start like the process. At least we get bird shape.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
as we
everyone,
kind of put our
hands.
little elements in.
Working on the beak.
I'm
Working on
making
it.
little tiny thin ass legs.
I'm gonna
Bird legs.
sit back and let Zoid help. Because he's a part of me.
Okay.
Because that's a whole bunch of personal touching that just doesn't sound fun.
So here's what we're going to do. This is a group spell check.
Ooh.
Because you all are doing your first spell together.
Wow.
I believe, let me just double check. In this.
Dice rolling noises.
Trying to roll him, it's not working.
It is going to be a mystical check. You all can use moves if you have moves. If you'd like to do something different, you are welcome to. But
So if I use Zoid, would I roll twice? Because technically, I can send him to do a simple task. And I have to roll for it, plus mystical.
Why would you roll it twice though if you have him do it?
He's doing it, so I would say you use just that plus mystical, and Zoid does it. I think it's just one roll.
Okay.
I rolled a 9.
7.
So it's... How do I do these?
One at a time.
Up here.
4, 8. I got a 10.
Woo!
Guys, my roll's not going to help very much.
Mm-hmm.
And I roll 2 d6s, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, 2d6 plus mystical. Or minus. Whatever it is.
I add a little mustache like Davine has onto the beak that I'm working on. That's why it's not as good, because I'm focusing more on the mustache.
I love that for you.
Okay.
Roll 1. Okay, there we go. Mud.
I want it to be canon that none of us notice mustache until after the spell is complete and
100%.
created.
I'm down for this. David will add like a little ring on one of the bird toes.
11!
Bracelet.
Okay.
I'm making a mushroom hat for the bird.
We have 7. We
Oh.
have 9. We have 11.
I have a +1 in mystical,
Yes.
and then that die is a 6, but that one is also a 6, so I got a 13.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wait.
Wow.
Very nice.
We roll the
Good
6s?
shit.
Or
Hands.
like roll again with the 6s or no? I don't know if we'd do that for this one.
No,
I-
no.
No.
Exploding
no.
dice!
No exploding.
We don't use exploding dice in
explosions.
this system. That would be wild. It'd be fun,
Yeah.
but it'd be wild.
Guys, I got a 37.
Oh, that
You
is
ascend to
sexy.
godhood.
Okay. So, averaging that out, that averages out to a 10. You will make the math very easy. A 7 and a 13 is 20, and a 9 and 11 is 20. So, so 40 divided by 4 is 10. Now,
You're welcome.
You got your head so fast.
what? You forget I'm good at math.
Tony used to
Tony's
work
our
for
math
NASA.
man.
He has a dual bachelor's in science and the arts. Like,
There is no chance. He is obviously the superior member of Respawn.
This
certainly
feels weird. All right, about the show.
get complimented.
So,
Which-
all right. I guess here's the question. I actually, let's say this is going to be a large bird. It's not going to
I
be
want it
normal.
to be like the size of one of those giant owls. You know, like the Fisher owls. If you know what that is.
I don't know how big those are. I have no idea.
Stand up your waist of a
The size of
human.
a toddler.
Okay.
Big bird.
It's a fucking giant bird. It's so cool.
No, that Big Bird's about 6 feet tall.
Oh,
You're
I'm
right. Yeah,
leaving
we
the
can't go big bird. We got to go mostly big bird. So anyway, this
Medium
is going to
bird.
be a large creature. So it is going to
Throw that on.
so as each of you casts, each brings their own sort of color to the magic. Their magic has an innate sort of color, right? There is a black that comes from David. There is a yellow that comes from Cassidy. There is a red that comes from Brett.
Coraline.
Coraline, thank you. I remember your supernatural name, but I couldn't remember your character's regular name. There is a green that comes from Roan, and there is a purple that comes from our fungi friend. Because it's not actually from you. It's from the fungi friend. Granted, it is subsidiary, but yeah. And each of these magics swirls and intertwines around the small bird sculpture that you have crafted. As it starts to grow, you can see the seeds planted in it sprout, and the leaves start to grow from the back of the creature and then lay down and darken to become feathered leaves, like leaves that look like feathers. You see its eyes are made from bits of rock candy or rock sugar. The mushroom spores grow colony and colony and colony and become the segments of legs that keep the bird aloft. And the the leaf curls itself into a sharp point and becomes two to become the beak of the bird. And the natural fiber gets twisted into a mustache, already waxed and twirled at the edges. As this large Coven manifests itself.
Oh, wow. This was not what I was expecting.
Hello.
I hate your voice.
What were you expecting?
Welcome.
Usually there's more.
Also, who's talking?
I don't know what to expect completely, but
How were you expecting before you were being?
Were you not prepped on this? I was absolutely being before this. It was not perceptible.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't.
In your sort of way, there was a vessel needed and all lots of the magic hoity-toity little grumblies, yes.
Notebook out, scribbling everything he's saying.
That the nature of magic is intertwined in such that sometimes there are layers to it that humans cannot perceive, and that other creatures cannot perceive different layers, and then all of the layers mix together to create this magical stained glass picture that we see together here now. In this world that we interact with, yes.
You like it?
I have no idea at this moment. I mean, do I like magic? Magic is within us all. Yes, it's.
I meant your body.
Oh, my body. It's going to take some getting used to.
Sure. What was your last form?
It's.
Or is that too personal?
It is impossible to explain. Is really the truth of it.
Okay.
How do you explain something that no one can ever perceive? Right, I can see colors that you can't, and it's nearly impossible for me to explain why that color is different than the color that you have.
Sure, no, I understand.
Anyway, it is going to be a job here to cast the yearly spell of the binding of Coven. Yes.
Yes, Devine, could you get him some tea? He sounds parched.
My first job is to help you with this is simply what I have always felt I sounded like, and granted I'm made of clay and there was some heat in the process, so I'm probably a little parched. Yes, I would not.
So you suggest
will have already started making some tea and like putting some of the sugar in it and like stirring it with it, and then kind of put it for Bird.
Can I get triple sugar, please?
Yeah,
That's a little much.
It's
Let him have it.
So your internal voice is just a perfect match for your external voice, then.
My internal voice. There is one voice for me.
Won't the sugars crystallize on you, though?
Well, he has the sugar for his eyes.
They're kind of glowy in there.
I'd recognize those flecks of red anywhere.
Also, I'm happy the mustache turned out that way. It looks very nice.
Thank you.
You're the one that
Mustache?
It matches mine.
With their wing, they twist it a little bit.
Gave him some character.
So, I absolutely will be helping you guide through this process. Now, the number one thing that we are going to need for this process to work is I need all of you to work together cooperatively. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is fully understood. You would not believe how many times I am watching as groups fail to work together. And we must come in and rerun them through the process so that the entire world does not lose its binding to magic. It is
So why choose strangers to do this? If you want people to work together, it works better when we know each other.
The magic
I've only had run-ins.
The magic is much stronger when it is a fresh bond.
That makes
Think
sense.
about the bonds of trust that you can forge with a wholly new group.
Yes. In the same way that we could technically create bonds out of trauma. This would not flavor the motes of magic in a constructive way.
I think that's how most villains are made, I believe.
I'm fairly certain that was just a threat.
I'm fairly certain that's how we bonded.
I'm having a great time.
And there is a pause as something in the room starts to change. 1 second. There we are. So, which we don't have a name for this companion yet. But as this companion starts to fill you in on the processes of developing a moat, or harvesting a moat of magic. So, you must travel to a quarry that serves as the funnel for the moat of magic itself. You must get there as a team, and you must harvest the moat of magic. It then will be dissolved into a solution. And this solution will be turned into a soup of sorts, which the entire group must then feast upon. Does this make sense?
Make soup together.
Teamwork makes the dream work, and we get the rewards together. Yeah.
You must get to the quarry, harvest the moat, break the moat into smaller bits, make soup, eat the soup.
This feels like a
Is this a
special...
literal soup?
What types of figurative soup do you know of?
A bowl of war.
I've heard time described as a weird soup.
This is
Also
not
the
that
ocean.
case. The ocean is a literal soup. It is tepid, but it is a soup.
My band
Yeah.
reference went unnoticed. I'm sad.
New t-shirt idea. It is tepid.
I just want to see a sticker of this weird ass crow that we've designed.
Yeah.
I would love to.
But
see
that's up
that
to you.
too.
Mushrooms for legs.
At this
leaves
moment,
for legs.
a portion of the roof caves in.
Who broke the house?
And coming in through the top is a man in a full white suit with a black
He broke
shirt
the house.
underneath.
You know?
I don't think this house has insurance. That's going to be a problem, right?
We're in a tree.
I don't think
Why'd
that's
you have to
going-
hurt at the tree?
The tree was dead
I mean,
already.
it doesn't...
I don't think this will be
tree.
the biggest of your problems. In fact, I know that it won't. And he will open a briefcase that he carries beside him and pull out several things. The first thing is a small sphere that he twists and is going to hold on to for a second as it ticks. The third is a handful of puppets, of marionettes.
Point over at Caroline.
Darkness has a fear of puppets and dolls like that.
I forgot about this, my friend. I will rephrase this. I will redo this.
hate it.
Sorry.
So fucking much.
Of small
It's only the
robots,
second
clockwork
campaign
robots.
in a row that Tony's done this to.
This is.
I'm sorry, I forget this. Is robots, small clockwork robots, better? Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Marionettes have evil souls in them. They're scary.
Yeah.
Those are
these will
dolls.
be, some wind up. Because we've gotten this far, and I had forgotten about this. Brett, we are going to retcon that you have found a tiny clockwork soldier in that cabinet.
Okay. Like a nutcracker.
I DM'd him about that too. I was just like, hey, shut up.
Thank you guys.
Sorry.
A nutcracker is okay too.
Tony likes bullying her friends. You heard it here first.
I've made people cry. Look, I try my best. Sometimes I make mistakes, but we fix them. So
It's all good. You okay?
But yeah, you okay, friend?
I'm good.
Okay. I just wanted to check in.
Kitty is being adorable.
Almost to the end of the evening. There is a small ball that ticks, and it merges with, as he takes a second, and winds up the tiny little soldiers, pointing them in each of your directions as they start towards you. As they get close to you,
Should we leave? We should leave.
He is
There's
going
a door,
to
right?
toss the sphere into the center, where it is going to break, shattering the telepathic connection between each of you. You see, I can't have you binding magic to this world. So, all I've got to do is stop it. And that, my friends, is easy when you can't use magic. Each of these clockwork soldiers is going to, there's about 10 of them, by the way. They are going to come at 4 of you. Whereas this man is going to take off his large bowler hat, or large top hat.
Mm-hmm.
And as these robots are marching towards each of you, he'll say, "This was quite easy, in fact. So maybe, if you can get your wits about you, I'll see you later. But in the meantime, goodbye." And he'll take off this large hat, put it on the top of Trinity's head, and pull down, and Trinity will disappear into the hat.
I got turned into a bunny!
Then he will put it on the top of his own head and pull it down and disappear into the hat.
Can I summon my sword?
You can try.
Yeah, I pull one of the braids.
Sorry.
I
did say that you do not currently have magic because of this sphere.
Coraline doesn't necessarily believe that, so she tries to activate it and is like,
you can attempt. Yes.
Yeah.
So for my character design, I did have a rifle on my, or not a rifle, a pistol on my hip.
Okay.
As
are you gonna shoot this man?
Forest ranger, I can, for safety, you know, something that can protect me with the bear.
Go ahead.
So pretty tough.
I will point out, if you're talking about something that'll stop a bear, you're carrying a heavy duty revolver.
Yeah, I know, like you're carrying.
Yeah, it's really like it's heavy duty. Like this thing is loud and it's
or more.
Minimum, yeah. Long barrel, short barrel don't matter.
What's the thingy? What do I roll for conflict?
Clash.
It's 2d6, yeah, clash.
Just
so
flat?
It's a physical.
Yeah.
A physical? What am I at? Physical. Okay, so that's just a 5.
Yeah, so this is a large rifle in a small space. That, let's be honest, you did not have a good result to. I'm not going to make you shoot one of your friends. However, you all are deafened and discombobulated because this is effectively a small area flashbang. And the person is gone.
I tried.
that is the end of our first episode.
I
got kidnapped!
Easy Bake Coven.
I'm gone!
In the Glitterhearts system here, it's been a blast. We're gonna do a quick round the horn here, let folks know what's going on. So let's start with Bright. Who are you? Where can folks find you? And do you have anything upcoming?
Yeah, so I am Bright Sword. I am mostly here on Roll for Respawn. I am also featured on Brett and other friends' channels, as well as AnniePod. The upcoming will be tomorrow for Disaster Queers. We will be playing, I believe, and if not, then you can tune in and find out what our disastrous gayness does.
Wow.
So yeah, that's me. Shall I
Amazing.
popcorn it off?
Raven.
Cool.
Hello, I'm yet again Raven, and I have been playing Cassidy Prism. You can mostly see me here, but I do other stuff on the internet, including occasionally Twitch, and including very rarely on TikTok. And again, you can find me in other places. Just shut your fucking mouth about it.
Darkness.
I am the darkness. You'll find me on here with Disaster Queers tomorrow. And then as long as nothing goes wrong, like appointments or, life, I'll be on Brett's channel on Monday.
Amazing.
Woo! Here's hoping.
Who's for Brett?
My name is just Brett. I have been playing the lovable Coraline. We didn't mean to be pulling heartstrings with this character.
Swallow them. Pull the hearts right out.
Brett
But
an emotional character? Who'd have thought?
yeah, if I'm not a psychopath or an idiot, I'm the heart. But I'll be streaming here on Twitch under the same name as you see below me. In the morning and then in the evening, most likely, so I can raid into these guys with their weird homosexual activities. Thank you for being here.
Real quick, because the name under you I know is not your Twitch thing. It is just Brett.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's
with
just JUSTBRETTT.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure.
For the
that was
record, we
clear
do
for
straight
anybody.
shit too.
No,
Blood.
you're muted, wife.
Hello, I am Blood Aurora. I do streamy things on my own channel.
It hasn't been recently.
And then not for the next 2 weeks because I'm going on a trip.
Absolutely.
That's the reason Trinity got fucking yoinked.
I'm not talking about. This was definitely
Kidnapped.
not planned.
No, not at all, not at all. But yeah, I things here on Wednesday night. We do things on Thursday for Disaster Queers, and then Monday night for Spawn Camp, which I've just realized, Raven, you're gonna have to find someone for the next 2 weeks. I'm so sorry.
Wild.
That's okay. I have plans.
Lovely. But yeah. Ta-da.
Ta-da. Amazing. I, of course, am your story guide, and really tech runner for this show, at least for this set, this arc, we'll say. There we go. That's the word. Tony, you can find me on social media at Tony Will Edit. You can also find me here on Roll for Respawn every other Saturday with the One Shot Wonderarium. It's not this upcoming Saturday, it'll be next, so that it should be August 8th, I want to say, something like that. We'll be playing Thank you. We'll have Glyza in as a guest GM, playing a super awesome urban investigative fantasy game called Eureka. So I'm very, very excited about that. That's going to be a blast. Otherwise, outside of here, you can find me at FOMOCon this weekend. I'll be playing some games out there. I'll be, in some of the Discord chats. So if you see me, you want to say hi, shoot me a message. Otherwise, I'll see you out there. With that being said, I think it's time. Remember, we look pretty good for a dead bitch. And we'll see you next week on the Wednesday Night Revival. Bye-bye.
Bye, Tony.